How's it going, guys? Klutch here once again. Welcome back for another week in review in the ModHub for Farming Sim 2019. You can see we've got quite a few new mods available in the ModHub this week. Nothing too crazy. A lot of implements, a couple tractors. We got a couple of new placeable objects, and of course some are available for all consoles, PC, everybody. We also have a few that are just available on PC and Mac, so just be aware of that. I will tell you which ones are which as we go through each one of these. We'll quickly talk about each one as per usual. Anyways, guys, hope you're having a great day. Sit down, buckle up, let's get to work. Pitter patter.
Klutch simulations.
Alright guys, so the placeables are available to everyone this week. First one, we have these Euro tunnels. Now it's a pack. This is one of them. You can see here, just a little shelter of sorts. Aluminum frame shelter, canvas tarp shelter. We have a ton of them. Let me just run around the other side of this house I've got. And you can see here, this is only just a short amount of the actual ones that are available. There's an absolute ton of these things. They all come in different heights and lengths, size, doubles, singles, even probably a triple, I guess you could probably fit in there. There's just an absolute ton to fit exactly what you are looking for. Here, let's go take a quick look at it in the ModHub. And by the ModHub, I mean the store. Yeah, so you start off with the single arc, 6.5 meter, and then these are all 6.5 meter single arcs, all the way to the end here. And then you go to the 8.5 meter, all the way to the end, 9.3, all the way to the end. So you start at like $6,000 or $2,000 is the cheapest, I think. Is that the cheapest one? No, you can get 1,200 bucks. And it moves all the way up, let's see here, up to 12 meters, $12,000. I mean, relatively inexpensive for a quick little a shed, a storage area. Not bad, kind of a cool little mod. Just so many options. You can really customize this to exactly what you are looking for. So I'll take that any day. All right, let's keep on moving along. And I should mention that Euro Tunnel Pack is not available for Xbox, at least according to the ModHub. I can't test that, but available for all except for Xbox for some reason, one or another. Anyways, let's move along here. We have the Klein. It's a horse paddock. Yeah, anyways, it's a small horse paddock. It's a 2-horse paddock. Kind of cool. Something totally different. You got a bathtub for your water. You've got your feed trough down over here. Now, the one spot that I found a little bit interesting, if you want to just order horses instead of transporting them in, you have to do it from like right around here somewhere, and that gives you, it opens up your menu location, so we can have some horses brought in. There we go. We're done. Look at that. So you got your 2 horses. I don't think that's should be all that we can fit in here. Yeah. So it's a 2-horse limit, and that's all there is to it. Very small footprint, obviously. Not bad for set up a small little personal riding area, I guess, if you just wanted a couple of horses on your farm. Not a bad idea. Let's go take a look at the price at it. All right, so in the store, you're looking for just the horse paddock. It's with the mods, obviously, and it's just $8,000. No other options there. As soon as you bring it up, there you go. That is what you get. Very simple, straightforward little mod. Very cool. I like it for a small horse paddock. That's a great little idea to add something else instead of having 8 to 16 horses on your farm. Not a bad option. Up next for placeables, we got a couple of tree packs, and we got 2 different options here. There's a bunch of them. I haven't put every tree that are in these packs. It just gives you a ton of options. Now, I've already been running with a tree pack on PC for a bit. However, these are the ones that are available to all now in the ModHub. They're all looking great. I have no complaints with any of this stuff. We can go into our store and look under decorations here and get past the base stuff. And these ones here are the ones that were originally that I had downloaded. Now, if we go past the grass, there we go. So more trees is one of the options. So these are all new modded trees into the game. And I believe these ones here, spruce, yeah, pine. And then we go past these ones here, these extra lizard ones. These ones here are the new ones as well. So there's even some dead trees here if you'd like to kind of change it up a little bit. That's kind of cool. We'll go back into that. But some real good options here. Stuff that I hadn't seen before. These ones weren't available in any of the mods that I had before for just PC. So these are all nice to have. So quite a few different little options for trees, guys. I'm always happy to have more trees in game. The price is actually pretty expensive though. I mean, you're looking at a couple $1,000 for a tree at least. And then for some of the larger trees, you're looking at a couple thousand, like 2,000 or 3,000 potentially even. Smaller trees might be a little less, but anyways, pretty cool. So those are for both Xbox, PC, PlayStation 4, Mac. Everybody gets all these trees. It's all good to me. All right, the last thing for placeables we have is just some decorations basically to make your farm look a little bit more realistic. And you may have saw me kind of brush over it back in the menu there. And it's just some pavement decorations to get rid of the standard texture to the pavement. You can see this just looks all fairly uniform. But if you go over here, this looks like it's been more of like an oil slick has been done here. Looks like someone changed their oil on here and let it dump everywhere. It's slowly been kind of seeping and soaking into the pavement. So that is one of the new mods as well. I like that. This one here is one. I think we have this one here. This is like a well-used road almost. So it just kind of looks like some tire tracks or someone's been constantly coming and going out of this spot right here. And then as well, up beside the house here, you can see we've got some spalling and cracking going around. So there's actually 3 different ones. I think that's one right there. That's one in the shadow right here. And then I've got one right here as well, and that's just some different textures for concrete, basically. And then as well, the vent here, that's another mod as well. So we can take a look at all of these. You're gonna find them under your decorations again. And if we go all the way past all our trees that we just downloaded, which are quite a few, I apologize. All right, nope, keep on going. There we go. So you got your oil slick longish, concrete damage, damage 2. And manhole cover. So there's only the 2 concrete damage. I thought there was 3, but so they look all fairly good. I really kind of like having that as an option. Kind of mix things up a little bit. Let's see if I can get that so it's straightened out. Put a bunch of these out. I mean, you're obviously have to be a little bit more cautious where you're placing them to make them look good, but you place them over top each other, which is kind of nice as well, as long as you have that right mod on. Looks good. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that stuff, guys. That'll make the farm look just a little bit more realistic, of course. Anyways, that's it for the placeable mods for now. Let's go over to the shop across the street. Where is it? There it is. And we'll look at some of the vehicle mods and appliances we got today. Well, this week. All right, guys. So over here, we'll start with the Daimler TSM 330L. This is a 46,000 liter trailer base. A nice looking trailer. It will like a power push type style trailer. So once again, another trailer for our harvesting needs. Let's go take a look at this one, this work quickly. I believe the base price is around 69,000. Let's go double check. So the trailer will be found obviously in trailers down in our mod section at the end again. TSM 330L 69,000. Good guess. So our base price will give us, where is our size? 41,000 liters. Now it does have some color options, of course. Pretty much anything you can think of, to be honest with you. So which is kind of nice. It gives you some very unique options. A lot of times I find these trailers don't have that many options to them. So that's kind of a nice little option to have. As far as configurations go, you have the standard and the extension. The extension will add roughly 5,000 liters to it. Gives you a little ladder on the front too, but it'll also cost you another 6,500 bucks. Wheels, standard stuff between Michelin and Trelleborg, nothing too crazy there. But you also have an option for wheel setup, and that just changes the wheel size, I believe. Let's take a quick look if I can see the difference here at all. It's really tough to tell the difference between those to me. I'm not sure. It's more like a radial, I guess, and you could just change the way it looks. Yeah, it's interesting. Nice little option to have. But it's an extra 1,500 bucks depending on which ones you go with. So I'm not sure if that's worthwhile or not to you, but it might be. Anyways, so that is the Daimler TSM 330L. Wow, getting the words all mixed up today. Anyway, so you're maxing out at about 71 grand, guys. Just so you know. Anyways, let's go take a look at what else we got next. So what else did we get? Well, we got a whole bunch of implements here, as you can see in front of me. I'm not going to talk in depth about all of them. I think you guys can figure out what most of them are and how they all work, but there's a couple that I do want to talk about. We got another set of front loading arms, the Hoyers. So these are just nice to have. Once again, they are standardized for all your front loaders, but it gives you another option. We have 2 different ones like this, just like our in-game ones, I should say. Once again, you will find those in your front loader section, and then you're at the end with your mods, you'll find it, of course. There you go. So you have the XB150 and the XB190, just horsepower dependent essentially. So the base is 120 horsepower and then 180 horsepower for the 190s. So just another option as far as the arms go. I think you guys can figure out how they work, but we're probably going to use those in a second anyways. We also got this Hoyer. It's a silage bucket. I guess you'd call it a silage bucket. Is that right? We'll mess around with that maybe in a second here, but you can see it's got the claws in the front, so you can use that for probably manure, silage, whatever you like as well to help carry that kind of stuff. And as well, this is part of a forestry pack, guys. Jump across here. Now it's a bio belt, but it's, oh man, I wish it was the Xylor. It's a bit of like a mulcher. I don't even know if you'd call it anything else. It's actually not a bad little mod for a lot of it. I find it a little bit difficult to use, but I could find it at the same time. It could be pretty useful for certain things. We're gonna mess around with this in a second, guys, and we'll see how it all works. Next, we got another hay fork, hay fork essentially, but this one's going to be for our front, our telehandlers. We can take a quick look at that while we're here. We're talking about it. Scroll over to our telehandler options and scroll down. There she is right there. Yeah, this one here, the bale fork. So it's a Lizard product, so that's why you're not seeing any branding on it. But it is changeable as far as colors go, which is always nice. But that's for our telehandlers. Pretty base stuff. We're obviously going to use that for your square bales. You can stack a few of them all together and make life a little bit easier for you managing your farm and storage areas. All right, I'm going to skip over this here one. We'll talk about this in a second because I can't pronounce it, number one. And secondly, I'll show you how it kind of works. Down at the end here, we have a couple of fuel tanks. Now, there's been a lot of forestry options as far as all this bio belts and then some of the other PC mods that came out. But these fuel tanks are designed for forestry operations. They come with a couple different options. You can change the colors, and then there's two different options as far as the graphics on the side you can see here. And then the step, you can change the color of that separate or independently of the rest as well. But they're essentially just an off-site fuel tank. They're a little on the small side, I find. I think they look great, but I think they're 950 liters, I believe, is what they're rated for. So that's about, 2 fuel tanks, they say. That seems a little on the small side for me. But we can go over to the forestry options now. That's, I guess, what they're designed for since it's in forestry. Where is it? There she is. So the Lizard fuel tanks, $8,500. You have the two different options for changing colors, and then the two different design colors. That's all there is to it. But like I said, a little bit on the small side. You could load this up onto a flatbed, drag it out to your logging site, and then have two fuel tanks, essentially, basically, to fill up your equipment with. Like I said, a little bit on the small side for me, but interesting nonetheless, and I like the having the option of it. So we're going to start with the Challenger MT900 Field Anaconda series. Like I said, we've been going through a lot of these lately, these Challenger modded tractors that all have the kind of different skins. You can see all of them here that are listed in my file right now, from the Field Viper, the Stealth, the Python, now the Anaconda. I think there's actually one more as well. I don't see it. But anyway, so the base here is down here, the MT900E series, 425 grand. The specs are actually identical. So if you're expecting something different other than that, well, you should have checked the last couple because it's all been the same. But anyways, so you're going to get your different engine setups. You're going to start from 591 all the way up to 536 to 646. So you can upgrade all the way to 646 horsepower. And then your wheel setup, well, you've got wheel weights, doubles and triples, and then of course standard. So kind of the standard gamut for this style of tractor, as you would expect. Your base price, of course, will be, let's see if we can go back down to that. So 434, no, not quite. There we go. 435 all the way up to, go to triples, 518.5. So a pretty expensive tractor, obviously. You're going to get what you pay for. But this thing is massive if you fully upgrade it. Just so you're aware, base price, like I said, 435. Or you can go to the base without the Anaconda decal. I think it's 425. Did I miss it? I must have missed it. Where is it? There it is. 425 is the base without the decal, and that's going to give you the exact same options, guys. So you can go up to the big motor, and then the triples as well, or a little less. So if you want the decal, of course, you've got to pay the extra, was it 10 grand? If you don't want the decal, well, you don't need it. Anyways, that's it for that. Let's go look at the Dutes here. You'll find the Dutes up in the small tractor section, of course. And scroll down to your mods, and there she is. I always get the 6.61 mixed up for some reason. Anyways, here's the clear view. I believe it's called the clear view. Agrostar. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. You have a different option for your rim colors, of course. Not a lot of options here, but there's a few. If you like to change things up just a touch, give your own little personality, you can. As far as the configurations go, this is an interesting one to me. It gives you some weights that you can add on the front of this thing. Very cool. And actually, you know what? One thing I forgot to mention right off the bat, you'll notice the price is only 18 grand, 17.9. That is the base price. Pretty reasonable for this little tractor. So the weights themselves, you can go from like, what is that? 360 kilos up to just over 1,000, I think. There we go. That's an interesting little option. However, if you go one further, you're going to get a hydraulic front connection point, which is probably what I would go with 99.9% of the time. Just saying. So that's an extra 3 grand if you want to go with that. Next up, you've got your wheel brands. You've got a couple different interesting options here as well. As soon as you go to the Trelleborg, you're going to get the skinnies. Of course, you still have the options of going with wide tires with weights, or even up to twin rears on a tractor with, what do we got right now? 107 horsepower. I don't know how well this would do anything. It's not a lot of horsepower to move these big wheels. Anyways, but if you go to the Michelin, or the, is it Michelin's? Yeah, there's a bunch of different options here. So you got the Michelins that just have the 2 different options. The Trelleborg we already talked about. The is it Midas? Yeah. So you've got 2 different options there. And the Nokians, of course, you have the communal, or you've got wides communal, which is a different option. I haven't seen that before, having the communal with wide communal. That's kind of an interesting look. I don't mind that. That looks kind of cool, actually. GPS, which we've a different mod. Engine setup now. Like I said, we're at 107 horsepower base. However, we can move this up to 143 horsepower. So that's at least reasonable now. It's something, if you want to go with the doubles on the rear, you may want to bump that up for sure as well. I don't know about that 107, if that's going to really do anything for you. Front loader attachment, nothing special there, but probably a well worthwhile investment for this style of tractor. Anyways, guys, so there's the Dutes. I believe it's the Clearview. 32,000, kind of fully upgraded for the most part. That's still a really good price for this little tractor, guys. Awesome. Well, you know what? Let's take this thing out for a little bit of a spin here, a little bit of a rip. Fire it up. I'll jump in the cab here to take a quick look around. It looks pretty good inside the cab. It's funny that you can't see the hood area on this thing very much. I find that funny, just the way it slants down like that. Let's go test out the bio belts here, because I do find this to be a bit of an interesting little device. Now, it can be used to cut grass, just like any of your mowers, anything like that. I'll fire this up here, and you can see it cuts grass just like you would expect. So that's always an interesting device to be able to use that for. The thing with this is it does not leave any kind of a swath for you to pick up afterwards. Oh, I didn't see where I was going there. So we'll lift this back up and shut this back down again. It's a bit loud. Nope. Traffic. Anyways, so that is an interesting option with that. So we'll cut grass. Of course, it does not leave you any options behind. But the big thing with this one here is, now let's get rid of this tree, is that it'll actually take lumber apart for you as well. Now, it's not quite as good as, if anyone's familiar with the Xylor from FS19, where you could actually just mulch a tree while it stood there. I mean, that's what we're all waiting for, I think, to be perfectly honest. Let's go take this up and see what we can do here. Now, I've always found this a bit finicky. I'll see how it works. If you just need to clear up your farm area, this might not be a bad option. I think I've had to put it down with the front end kind of tilted up like this, and I found that that's kind of worked the best. So it does work as a bit of a stump grinder. You can see there the stump's gone now. I find if you tilt it kind of back like this, and then get it up on top of the tree, that's usually the best way to get it to work for me. But it seems to be hit and miss. There it goes. Sometimes. But there's no guarantees for me. I don't know. I don't have a great way of using this yet. I've messed with it a bit. And I just never have the luck that I would like with this. And as soon as the Xylor came out for FS17, it was kind of my go-to. Come on. Let's go. I can grab some more of it. Every once in a while you can hear it when it starts hitting the tree properly, but I don't know if there's a better way of using this or not, but I just seem to struggle with it. There you go. You can see if I get it in the right spot there, it does what it needs to do. what it does with the branches here. There we go. So this is a non-mulch, obviously. It's just making the tree disappear. Once you find that kind of sweet spot, you're probably going to want to stay with that until you're done this whole tree. Perfect. Lower it down a bit more. The tree's getting thinner, so you're going to lower the head down a touch. And gone. So that whole tree now is done. No wood chips. You're not going to get any money for it, of course. But anyways, interesting way of cleaning up your farm. Let's just destroy stuff. And it's always fun to break things. Let's go put this back. And let's go take a look at one of the other tools there as well that we got. Actually, you know what? Let's go take a look at this thing. Yeah, I'll take a look at this in the store so you guys can see the price tag on this as well here. We'll put this right over here for now. Let's go take a look at the store. All right, so you will find that bio belts. I can't remember the product number on it. It's in the forestry equipment. And you'll scroll down past a couple of the other ones. Here we go, bio belts. The UM300 base price is $2,500. You can change your color up a little bit, I believe. Yep, you can change your color to whatever you like on this. And the options are to have some lights on it. That's it. So you got one little option there. You're just under $3,000 with those two options upgraded. But that's the bio belts UM300. All right. So the next thing we have to look at is a leveler that's a bit interesting. So we have a couple different levelers in game already, of course. This one here, I can't pronounce that, the Sila Gowels, I don't know, it's a 3-meter leveler, but it has an interesting option that's different about anything else we have in game, is with this wheel up on top. And the way I understand it, the way this wheel works, is when you're going up into your silo, and running back and forth and packing everything down, this will give you the option, which one is it here? This one here? There we go. Oh man, come on, there we go. This will give you the option of packing down the corners, because it's always difficult to get right up against the edge of the silo. So you can put the wheel down, because it'll have like a bit of a hump and that'll get lower, and you won't actually get any packing down on that corner. This will allow you to put this wheel down into the corner against the wall and pack that section down as well. So that's kind of my understanding of the purpose of this. It looks very cool. It's an interesting option for sure. Yeah, so then it just raises up. That's all it does. It goes up and down. There's nothing else too crazy about this. Just this wheel is a little bit different, but an interesting little silo roller nonetheless. I really kind of like it. I don't usually use silo rollers, but I think if I have a chance to do one now with a smaller tractor, maybe this will be the one I give it a shot with. Anyways, let's take a quick look at this one in the store since we're at it. I guess we already technically did, but yeah, it's $7,500 for this silo roller, guys. No options. That's the base price. That is the only price. Nothing really special to talk about there, but kind of a cool little mod. Anyways, that is pretty much it. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. We finally got the trailer for the head for the 40 or 1660, the case harvester. This was a modded harvester. I think this was like the first mod that came out for FS19, to be honest. The 14-foot head. We finally have a trailer for that head, and I'm horrible at getting these things on there. Actually, it's not too bad right now. But so the trailer for the head came out as well. You guys can take a look at that if you like, but I thought I'd mention it since it came out this week. It's a little bit late. We've had this harvester and header for like 3 months now. But anyways, nonetheless, better late than never, I guess. So we've got the trailer for the header. It's good to go. So that's it for the console and PC ModHub mods. The rest of the mods we're going to talk about are PC only, PC Mac only as well, guys. We'll discuss all the rest of them, and they're all kind of hidden behind me here. Now, there's nothing too crazy. Just be aware that, like I said, these are only PC, so you'll have to you'll find them in the ModHub, but they're only available for those. An interesting option. We got some more weights. I don't know how many more weights we need, but we got a couple more. They're kind of customizable, and they both look different, at least. I'll give them that. They're not just the standard stuff. We might as well take a look at those in the store as well. We've got, this is a pack right here, these two implements. It's a field pack, and we'll take a look at that. And then we have some forestry tools, and I am struggling with this winch. We'll talk about that at the end. But so we'll talk about all this stuff here quickly, and let's go look in the store at them all. So we might as well start with the weights. The new mass, 600 kilos. Nothing special with the actual look of it. We can't really change anything on it. It is what it is. It's got a pin on it, so I believe you can tow with that or connect something to the front of it if you'd like. It does look like it's fairly high res at least, and there's a little bit of detail to it, but there's no options to it. It is what it is. $1,000, 600 kilograms. Now let's see if we can find the other one. Here it is. The SBG 1500, so a little bit more weight. I believe it's 1500 kilos. It doesn't even really say, which I find a bit odd, but I believe it is 1500 kilograms on as well on this one. A little bit more generic, I suppose, but it does at least allow you to change the color to whatever you want. So if you want to match your tractor, you can, but you're $1,100 for this particular weight. All right. The other mod that I wanted to quickly talk about was just a disc harrower here. Where is that? Let's scroll back. There we are. Now this is a really small one. It's a 3 meters. I believe it's 3 meters. There we go. The Heva 300 front packer. Yeah. So I guess you could put this up on the front of your harvester or front of your tractor and use this. Not something I typically use for any of the stuff I work on. I'm not sure exactly on the best implementations of this. If you guys know, please do leave in the comments below. It's not something I typically use. I find it a bit too small for most of this field work I like to try and do. Maybe there's an option I'm missing for it, but if I'm going to go with one of these, I'm usually going to go with one of the bigger ones. What was our base price on this? I didn't even see it. $6,500. What are the in-game ones? Well, it's a good price though, comparatively to the in-game ones. So I don't know what the benefit of the other ones were over this. Let me know in the comments what you guys use these for, because I don't use these very often whatsoever. Here's was an older one we received a couple weeks back, the VarioPack 110. But anyways, that's not the ones I typically use, so let me know what you guys do with them. I'd love to hear from you. So that is the disc harrower we received right here. Anyways, let's move along down the line. You know what? I do want to talk about this cultivator pack. This is a bit of an interesting one to look at and to set up. So let's take a look at this one as well. And for our last pieces of equipment for this week, guys, we've got this Ritter. I don't know what the product number is. It's just essentially a log puller. So some forestry equipment. We've got the winch on the back here. And then this here Ritter, just a claw essentially. We can go look in the forestry equipment at that specific product. Where is it? There we go. So the FG45, $3,000. No other prices to it, or no other options, I should say. So it just allows you to pick up some logs, basically drag them around. And then we also have, oops, and I scrolled past it there, the winch that was on the back. We might as well look at that as well. The Taj Fun, I believe it is, EGV80AHK, $4,500. No options with that as well. It is what it is. Now this one here I'm having some issues with. Let's go take a look at that one. All right, so we've got both our forestry pieces of equipment here, the winch and the claw. Cut down a tree out in the middle of our field here. Let's just give this a quick try, make sure this works as we'd expect. I always found it funny. There we go. Let's get this down. And we'll close this up. Now I find that with this particular piece of equipment, you're going to want to make sure you have a weight on the back or a heavier tractor. This is a little on the light side, but you know what? It still does the job. I mean, I can still pick this up almost off the ground with this little tractor. It's a little bit iffy. If I had a weight on the back, I bet you I could do it. So that is an option. Anyways, this is not bad for moving logs around. Does what I needed to do. Drop that there. Now, let's talk about our other option, the winch on the back. I have had no luck with this yet. We'll see if we can get this to work. I'll try once again, and let me know what you guys think of this thing. So let's bring up the old help menu here so we can see exactly what we're doing. I'm going to turn it on. Turn on the logging winch. And as we get out, I'm going to stay using the PC only here. Not using my controller so we can see all the options. Now I do have an option to unmount trailer hook. So okay, we can do that. Get rid of the trailer hook. It's gone. Now when I select something, I can't bring it over. Like I don't see an option to bring anything over from the hook. So I want to try and bring this with me, and I don't see an option doing it anywhere. So I don't know what I'm missing here. I've seen some videos of some that are able to do this, but I have not yet been able to connect to a log anywhere. I don't know what I'm missing. I've tried disabling other mods. Maybe there's a conflict with a mod that I'm running, but nothing that I've been able to do so far has allowed me to connect to it. Now on the bottom left of the menu, you see the Taj Fun remaining rope, 59 meters, and as I back away, you can see that it actually decreases or increases how much speed I've got, but I can never connect it to any logs or any other products. So I don't know what the reason is for that. Let me know what I'm missing, guys. I'm missing something here, and I'm confused because it does not want to connect anything to it. I don't know what I have to do this. I thought it was B, but B for me is increasing speed, so I don't know. I'm at a bit of a loss. I've tried a couple of times. I've tried with out branches, with branches on trees. I've tried pretty much everything, and I can't get anything to connect to that log. So if this would work, it would be actually pretty beneficial to me. I think being able to drag trees around without winch would be really, really cool. Anyways, guys, hope this, you can let me know in the comments what I'm doing wrong. I'd love to hear from you. But anyways, guys, that is really going to do it for us today. That is the end of the mods for this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys go down to the ModHub, download these mods for yourself, give them a try. Let me know what you think. Maybe you can help me out with this winch. Man, I gotta figure that thing out. Yeah, go give them a shot. Let me know how they all work, what you guys liked, what you didn't like in these mods. And of course, if you liked the video, leave me an old thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, a big old thumbs down. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, guys, don't forget to subscribe. But that is it for today. I will see you guys out on the farm. This is Klutch. Over and out.